In this koan, Buddha handles a flower. He shows it to the assembly. In his action, we must recognize the world of the empty infinite. It cannot be grasped mentally. If you think you might have understood this world of the empty infinite, that understanding has nothing to do with Zen. Not only a finger, but all things, even a flower, are nothing other than the world of the empty infinite. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. That commentary helps me a lot with this. It does help. It does help, but that still doesn't tell me that I'm I'm projecting my father onto the teacher, and how to work with that. It doesn't tell me that I'm still holding on to the idea that I can't do this, and how to work with that. It talks very abstractly about that. That understanding of that empty infinite, that's something you get eventually. You just kind of get that through all of this practice and all of this experience, which takes years and years and years. But descriptions like that don't really help us get that. Descriptions like that can help us teach about it, but they're not going to help us really understand it. The understanding of this comes through the hard work. The months and weeks and days and hours of hard work with this process. And it's confronting our issues and our shit month after month, year after year, for a long time, for many years. And that's that this path is a long path. This path takes a long time to master, and it's because that's not arbitrary. That's practical. It's very practical, because it literally takes that much time to sort through all of our issues and process all of our issues and all of our stuff from the root, from the deepest root of our core issues. That's what we're working on here. And it can't be done faster. There's just no way. And it's not supposed to be done faster. Like becoming a master painter. You cannot master the techniques that it takes to be a master painter in a weekend workshop. You can't do it in 3 years. It just takes time and refining, making mistakes and learning from them, learning what other people have done, and then learning our own way to do it, and then learning how to improve our own way of doing it, learning from your mistakes, and then learning from my mistakes, and that takes just a lot of time. And so, dedication, a lot of dedication to this path and this practice, which is really dedication to ourselves. It's dedication to myself. So I really am dedicated to my own taking care of my spirit. And so I do these things out of that dedication to myself and my life. And that's the transmission. Being able to smile at a flower, that's a wonderful expression that comes out of this long-term intensive practice. while he was smiling at the flower, there was 10 people over here saying, "What the fuck is that flower?" There was 10 people over here saying, "That's bullshit. He doesn't know what he's talking about." There was 10 people behind saying, "I hate the Buddha. What the fuck? He's an asshole, and he's such an authority figure." There's 5 people in front saying, "Oh, I wish I could get that. I'll never be able to get that." Yeah. I mean, that's why there was one person who just had been able to drop all that. To drop all of these stuff that we all carry and we all go through life worrying about and working with. To just be able to be here and be present and appreciate what's here. To be able to just simply smile. Pure, a pure smile and just, yeah. This is nice. I can appreciate just this. I'm sure there was someone there who said, "If I smile, people are going to stare at me." I know what he's saying, but I'm not going to smile because someone's going to look at me and think I'm weird. So whatever our issues are, and it takes years to get to know our issues. We certainly don't know what our issues are when we show up looking for help. It takes a few years just to be still enough, just to let our mind settle enough to be present and just start to see what comes up when I do nothing. What comes up when I'm not distracting myself. And then when it starts to come up, then it takes a couple of years to get to know that and to learn to be intimate with that, with this. Oh, what comes up for me is anger and fear. Wow, this comes up for me. I notice now that this stuff comes up for me a lot. But I don't want to look at it. I don't want to be with it. So I want to tell a story about it. I want to talk about why I feel this way, and I want to talk about how I can avoid feeling this way. So you have to work on that. That takes a year or two, just to learn that mechanism of shifting from thinking about my anger and telling the story about it to actually just being with it, learning to feel my anger thoroughly, and learning to be okay with it. Learning to be okay with what I am and what I have, and all the pain that is there. It's very difficult to learn to be with my pain and just be still with it and not try to avoid it in some way. And actually show up again, knowing that that's what I'm going to be confronting. To continually show up, to sit with my pain. That's a difficult choice to make. And it comes out of this dedication to ourself, this dedication to our spirit. So, Mahakashyapa certainly had to do that. He had to do that too. Otherwise he wouldn't have been able to smile at a flower.